Okay, we've got our raw data in our worksheet. Now we're going to go ahead and calculate our numbers. We're going to do what they're called calculating a sum. Now, the first thing you need to do is you need to figure out what numbers do you need to add up. And in the case for our rock and rock music, we need totals. We're going to need totals for how many videos, how many minis, how many micros, how many flash. Then we're also going to need totals for the regions, Northwest, Midwest, South, West, and then we'll also have a grand total for everything. So let's go ahead and start with our totals, and let's start with a column of numbers. So we're going to come down here to B9. We're going to select B9 because that's where we want our total to show up in. So to do that, we're going to click on B9. Then we're going to come up here on our ribbon, and there's this little button up here called the Sum button. You click down on it, and you can sum, average, you can count numbers. What we're going to do is we're going to sum. We're going to click on this, and automatically you can see I've got this nice little running bar coming across here, and it's letting me know that it's going to sum all these numbers in this bar. Now, if you've got a number that's not in here, you can move this bar around so you can make sure you get the right numbers for your total. So just make sure you have your right ones. And once you have that set, come up here and click your enter bar on your formula bar, and you have your first total. Now we could do the same thing with all of these step by step, or we could use the fill handle. See this black corner right here? The small black square? That is called a fill handle. And if you'll watch my mouse, when I move it over the fill handle, it becomes a plus sign. Once I click down with my left mouse key and drag it over, I have filled all of these cells with the same formula. If I click on this one, you see up here in my formula bar, that's actually a cell. That's actually a formula in that cell. There's another formula. There's a formula. So I've got cells that I have copied using the fill handle. Now this little box that pops up is the autofill option box. It has some different, if you want to fill without formattings, if we've already formatted it and made it font, bold, we can say, hey, we don't want any of that. We just want you to copy the cell. It will go away as soon as you start typing again. Now we're going to determine multiple totals at the same time. We've got this row of totals over here, and they're all going to be the same thing. We know that this total line is going to line up all of these rows. This one is the same. This one is the same. So what we're going to do first is we are going to select a range. Then we're going to add up all of those rows at the same time. Now remember to select a range. We're going to click in on the first cell of our range. Our cursor is going to be here at this white cross. We're going to click down with our left mouse button and drag. In this case, we wanted to go to G9, let up, and we have selected the range from G4 to G9. That is that. The range G4 to G9 has been selected. Now, I'm going to go up here to the Sum button. I'm going to click on the Sum button, and it automatically adds all of our totals up. We can check them. Here it says Sum B4 to F4, B4, F4. Here, Sum B5, F5, Sum B6, F6. So you can see that they're all the correct numbers are in those totals. Well, we've done a lot of bit with this project, so we want to save it. So we're going to go up here to the Save button. We're going to click Save As, Excel Workbook. In this case, I'm going to put it into my My Documents file. I'm going to create a new folder, and I'm going to name this folder Walk and Rock Music. Click OK. Then in the book, it wants you to name this Walk and Rock Music First Quarter Sales. I'm going to click Save. Now you notice once it gets saved, up here in the status bar, I now have my Walk and Rock Music First Quarter Sales up in there. Next, we'll begin formatting.